I'll take all of the ale and mead, sir. This is water. Still good, just like the movie. Hey guys, welcome to an actual movie review. I know, I got my camera back, got my green screen set up, I'm back. Dungeons and Dragons. I played it a few times. I DM'd once, and we ended up burning down a village, so it was fun. So, I wasn't expecting this movie, to be honest. Live-action video games tend to fall through, but with Sonic and Mario, I felt high hopes for this one. D&D was a great movie. Honestly, the fact that they didn't even need to use, like, dice to, you know, like, oh, I rolled a 20, oh, I'm gonna fall off a bridge or something, like, make that type of joke. It worked as a fun adventure movie. Chris Pine did great. Everyone is great. Holga. What's her name? The actress who plays Holga. I know her name. Fast and Furious. You know it. I know the name, I need to look it up later, I forget. They both did great. Even the side character, Simon, honestly, Simon was my favorite character other than the, Knight. Or Zang, the guy who plays Zang, the one who defeated all the Red Wizards. That guy was my favorite. He was funny. Funny, tough, brooding, serious all the time. Reminded me of Drax a little bit. Was good. The pacing, right off the bat, I wasn't bored throughout this movie at any point. No scenes dragged on to me. It started off hilarious because, spoilers, when you think they're about to exit the prison, like, escape, we approved your pardon, so you didn't even need to escape. I thought that was a really nice touch. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, we have a plan, we're going to stick to it. Even though we don't need to do that plan, we're going to do the plan. And I love how he's just a bard in this movie, technically. Like, he just makes a plan, he doesn't have any powers, and he leads the group. Like, oh, I can make the plan, but you guys execute it for me. I like that teamwork. The teamwork in this was fantastic. I felt their chemistry. Like, you know how in movies sometimes they feel forced, like, you're working with me. Oh, we're together now on this journey. Let's go follow the script. No, it felt like they were longtime friends, and we just met them, but it felt that, like, he gave us a backstory. Sometimes backstories tend to, like, fall on a flashback or explain exposition. There was no exposition in this movie that I felt like. There was a little bit of exposition with the backstory, but that's just D&D. Like, if you played the game, you know the backstory needs to happen for the characters. And it was honestly a lot of fun. Like, I didn't feel bored, I didn't feel rushed, I didn't feel like, is this movie dragging on too long, like with the new Indiana Jones movie? I thought they could have cut a lot of that out, because I felt like, this is an hour too long. But in this movie, D&D, I didn't get bored. I felt like, oh, we have an hour left? Shit, alright, let's continue. And the flashbacks, I think my favorite scene was the one where they were talking to all the dead people, because it's like us. We ask a question, like their task was to ask the dead person 5 questions to get your answer. And it felt human because they kept messing up, like, is that a question? No, I didn't mean that. Did that count? No. I'm like, because I would do that type of shit. I even felt a connection with the witch. She didn't feel like a generic bad guy, like, she did, but I understood her purpose. Like, she's an evil witch. You just have to defeat the witch. And she was frustrated with Forge's character, which I thought was funny because he was such an annoying villain, but he was a funny, annoying villain. Like, I understood everyone's purpose in this movie. I knew why she hated him because he's annoying as hell. I understood why he wanted to do what he did because he wanted gold. And, like, I understood everyone's point in this movie. Sometimes in movies there's that one character that you're like, alright, you don't need to be here. You're just a generic character for the movie. None of that here. I enjoyed it. I know one of my friends was bored by this movie a little bit, but that's just because they don't like fantasy movies. So, if you don't like fantasy movies, I can see why. But I did show this to another friend who does like fantasy, but hasn't seen a fantasy movie since Lord of the Rings. Died laughing through almost every scene, loved every minute of it. I'm like, okay, good, I can show people this movie and they won't get annoyed by it. So, even if you haven't played D&D, it's still a fun movie. Like, I'm going to show my mom this movie, and she has no idea what D&D is, so good. I'm going to rate this movie 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if they used dice in this movie just one time. Like, I'm going to roll a 20 as a joke. Other than that, it was great. It was good. It was a fun time. 10 out of 10 for real, though. Go watch Dungeons & Dragons. Comment below. Let us know what you think. And I hope you enjoy this HG setup rather than me using my phone for reviews. Thank you for commenting on my movie reviews, by the way. I haven't gotten that in a while. So subscribe, new videos every week. And join me next time for Reaction Review Sunday. Sunday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Reaction Review Sunday. Reaction or Review Sunday.